For those of you who didn't know it, I am a Ted Cruz hater. Ted Cruz is the junior senator from my state of Texas, and he is a Tea Party darling. I had a lot of questions for Ted Cruz early on, and I sent him emails. I posted stuff to his web pages, Twitter, etc., asking specific questions. Never ever got a response other than an automated response to the emails I sent indicating that they had received the inquiries, but never got an actual response. So now that Ted Cruz has been drafting Donald Trump is now starting to go on the attack of Ted Cruz. And interesting enough, Trump is attacking Ted Cruz's right to be president because of his place of birth, which was Canada. So I'm going to play a clip from CNN regarding this particular issue.
Ted Cruz says Donald Trump's questions about his citizenship are a non-issue. Trump is stirring up the so-called birther issue. He says that because Senator Cruz was born in Canada, may not be eligible to serve as president of the United States. Let's bring in our chief political correspondent, Dana Bash. She's in Storm Lake, Iowa for us right now. Also joining us, our chief political analyst, Gloria Borger, here with me in Washington. Dana, you had this one-on-one interview with Senator Cruz. How is he responding to Trump's suggestions of what he should do?
Well, you know, he was trying to laugh it up, making a pop culture reference, saying it was a non-issue. But the bottom line is that it's been, 3 days now, and Donald Trump isn't letting it go. So I asked him about the legal basis for why he thinks he's okay.
You're a constitutional scholar. You've argued before the Supreme Court. Why do you think, on the legal basis, he's wrong?
Oh, look, the legal issue is straightforward. The son of a U.S. citizen born abroad is a natural-born citizen.
But it's never been tested. You know full well because you've done it on other issues.
Listen, the Constitution and laws of the United States are straightforward. The very first Congress defined the child of a U.S. citizen born abroad as a natural-born citizen. And by the way, many of those members of the first Congress were framers at the Constitutional Convention. At the end of the day, this is a non-issue.
Funny he didn't make that argument when Trump was going after Obama, who was born in Hawaii, though Trump was trying to claim that he was born elsewhere. But the same argument that Cruz is making for himself was the argument that he should have made for Obama, and as a matter of fact, he should have made it in order to preempt this particular argument.
So he's saying it's a non-issue because his mother was and is a U.S.-born citizen, and he was born to her, even though he wasn't born in the United States. The other thing I talked to him about, Wolf, was what you discussed with Donald Trump, the whole question of whether Ted Cruz ever had a Canadian passport. He insisted he did not. He does not. I said, have you asked your mother and your father? Are you sure? He said yes. So he hopes that at least that part of this is put to bed.
All right, Dana in snowy Iowa for us right now. Dana, thanks very much. Gloria is with me here in a much warmer studio here in Washington, D.C. It's not just Donald Trump, though. It's John McCain, the Republican presidential nominee back in 2008. He's also raising questions about Ted Cruz's eligibility to, according to the Constitution, serve as president.
Imagine how much John McCain does not like Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the man who said, if you recall not too long ago, that John McCain was not a war hero, right?
Because he was a POW.
Because yes, he was a POW. John McCain was actually born in the Panama Canal Zone, and people raised questions about John McCain and whether he was eligible to become president, and that became a non-issue. Now he is saying about Ted Cruz, well, wait a minute, maybe we ought to look at that. I mean, this gives you a sense of the kind of lack of respect that McCain has for Ted Cruz and the way he dislikes him, like a lot of other members of the Senate feel the same way. Well,
yeah, I think John McCain has no great love for Ted Cruz. He has no great love for Donald Trump either.
Exactly, but if he had to choose, obviously in this particular fight, look whose side he took.
He is raising these questions, and I guess I only can imagine they're going to continue to being raised not just by Democrats like Alan Grayson, the liberal Democratic congressman from Florida, but others are raising it as well. So
I do
we'll see
think
what
Cruz
happens.
is doing the right thing. I mean, his interview with Dana, he kind of is trying to deflect it, say it's a non-issue, and dismiss it. I don't think he needs to get in a fight with Donald Trump.
We'll see what happens on that front. Thanks very much, Gloria, for that. That's
Ted Cruz is a little punk, and he's going to try to stick his head in the sand and hope that this blows over, and I hope that it doesn't. I hope John McCain sticks it to his butt as long as he can, and along with some of the other Republicans and the Democrats, I hope they make Ted Cruz squirm.